Hello, Governor.
How's it going?
Fantastic. Yeah, we're back after another one of our little busy men professional breaks.
Yeah. How's the weather there? How you been?
Beautiful. It's a stunning day here in California. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
How is it in Philly?
We had a week of about like between 65 and 72, so that was beautiful, but now it's pretty grey and depressing again.
Yeah, it's been very muggy here. Got all muggy. It was all wet and windy, and now it's all muggy.
Yeah.
Crack open my beverage here. I found this one down at the Irwan in Studio City. It's the Odyssey Mushroom Elixir Energy Focus Passion Fruit Guava Energy Drink. It's got the lion's mane cordyceps, 85 milligrams of caffeine. I don't know if is there mushrooms in this. Like, I'm going to drink this. Am I going to be tripping by the end of the stream?
Is this your first time trying it?
Mm-hmm.
Let us know how it is.
It's okay. It doesn't taste like mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms, so it doesn't taste like them too much, thankfully. I'm getting more guava or lion's mane cordyceps. I saw it and I was like, is this legal? What's happening here? Anyway.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird shit you find down at the Irwan, down at Studio City.
Yeah, I quite like lion's mane, but more like in a lasagna or something.
In lasagna. Yeah, you're a big Garfield, aren't you? That's a small hint as to our special guest we have today, a Garfield mention there. It's not Jim Davis.
Yeah.
I wish, but it's someone even better, I'd say, than Jim Davis. But first, off the top of the show, Josh, I should do a plug for my new book. I don't know if you've got a picture of the cover there of the actual book here. It's called You Will Own Nothing and You'll Be Happy. Issue 2, there it is. There's a big version of the cover. It's got a sticker on there. Sticker on the cover because I'm an idiot. Spent night after night putting these stickers on the books. But yeah, it's
nice big sticker though.
Nice big black and white classic mainstream style zombie thing. Some big spreads in there. Oh, anyway, yeah, no spoilers. I don't like to spoil things, but they are for sale right now at meganmog.com.
Have you tried peeling one of the stickers off to see if it comes off clean or if it?
No, they won't come off. The idea was that you could peel it off and just have the artwork stand on its own. But no, I don't think they will peel off. You can risk it at home, Josh, if you want to.
I imagine there'll be one or two that try and peel it off.
Well, you'll ruin the aftermarket value. You won't be able to do it on eBay. But the first issue is also available, I should say. That looks somewhat like that. Yep, there it is. So that's a pre-order. I'm doing some new back matter for it. I'm doing some text pages writing about my history making zines and showcasing lots of rare classic zines from the Australian scene and just a big tour down memory lane. It's going to be really fun. So if you missed out on the first issue, or even if you're a weirdo collector who wants to have a second version of the first issue that has completely different back matter, that probably better than the original back matter, then yeah, double dip. I am getting smashed, Josh. We should, as a talking point, I think you could speak to this as well. Getting smashed by the price of international shipping.
It's mental. It's like when I put my the Goethe book on sale like a couple of weeks ago, I didn't even bother putting up international.
Really?
Yeah. Because the sales, they've gone down to like, really low because nobody wants to pay, $25, $30 for a book.
Oh, it's fucking stupid. This is $12 retail, and like you'll pay like $6 something for media mail in the US, so it comes out to like 18. So it's okay. Like, I'm happy to pay that when I order stuff from people. But to ship this to Canada, literally across the border, it's like fucking $30 or something. Like, I don't know what Trudeau's doing over there, but it's fucking stupid. I don't know who's causing it, who's causing these high prices. I've Googled it. It's a bit of like demand, I guess, post-pandemic. More people are ordering things online, choking up the mail system. But it's prohibitive. A lot of my business used to be Australia, the UK, Europe, all over. And yeah, we're seeing a massive downturn in sales. And you can look at the analytics on Shopify and see that everyone who's abandoned their carts have been Europeans or internationals or Canadians. Also, Shopify won't ship to Mexico, Brazil, Greece, different countries. So I'm again getting complaints. We've tried to hook that up in the system. It's all this custom shit. It's very complicated. So I need to start thinking about new distro methods. But then if I sell to the shops, it's just doing wholesale and you just give all the shops your fucking money. So, So I've got my child to feed. Frankly, I don't care about their children.
Yeah, in Canada, it's like $8 duty on top of the shipping, so it's like $21 shipping, then $8 taxes and duty. So it's like
it's really fucking up our business. The small press, I don't know. It's a new frontier for small press publishing. This is really fucking everything up and making it very difficult to get our books out to people. And because the whole thing is like selling direct, and like, you know, we can bypass the shops and make more money for our rent and our food. But now, thanks postal system, thanks Postmaster General, you can't. Sorry, excuse my language, but I am Australian, so I'm allowed to say that.
And the fucked up thing is like they don't give you warning if when the prices are rising, or they do, but it's like 2 days. So if I put stuff for sale and then I ship it out like 2 weeks later, the price has gone up from, you know, what I charged people. So it's
and you're losing money. It's absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, thank you very much to everyone who has ordered a book. Sold 3/4 of the run. Not used to so many books languishing in the shop, but that's, you know, I mean, maybe it's my fault. Maybe I just suck now. Maybe people didn't like the first issue and not going to come back, and I've just tanked my career. But I'm choosing to not blame myself and to blame the postal system, because all available evidence, it does appear to be people bristling at the insane fucking shipping prices, and they seem to think that we set them, Josh. There seems to be a sense in the comments, like, so I don't set the prices. So I'm not the Postmaster General. I'm just a cartoonist. Anyway.
The other thing that, like, comic book fans are going to have to decide is, do they want cheap, like, shipping where you're going to get a dent in your book, or do you want, fancy rigid mailers, first-class packages that are going to cost more, you know?
I think I have to print my book smaller because I'm doing traditional North American comic size, but I think it'd be cheaper if they were little. And also, I did invest in very hardcore mailers this time, because you've had complaints about, shitty postmen breaking stuff, bending stuff. So we've got some really hardcore mailers that weigh more than the actual product themselves.
Yeah, I got these ones.
Thicker than that, even, Josh, probably. That looks like a good quality fucking mailer.
Yeah, it's a standard Amazon mailer.
Nevertheless, I am forging on. I'm almost 6 pages into penciling the 3rd issue of the series. So it's like 1/6 of the book is penciled already. Daddy's hat's back on. I'm back on the horse. Amongst all the other work I'm doing, I'm trying to get this done. We'll see.
So, okay, quick comment. Somebody said, did Simon snag those dope online ceramics, the Curse shirts?
I did. I bought the Cherry Tomato Boys shirt before I'd even watched The Curse, and I didn't realize it was a joke about micro penises. So now I am walking around the farmer's market with a shirt declaring that I have a micro penis. But I'm very secure in my masculinity, as you can tell. So, I rock it. And this is also an online ceramics McCamey Manor shirt. I think they got a bit cancelled for these. They got into a bit of trouble. I bought this secondhand from Buckshot, the Irish member of Haunted Mound. He was selling it on Depop, and I snapped it up.
What is it? What's it a reference to?
McCamey Manor. It's a horrible haunted house. Our guest might speak to this. Maybe he's familiar with it later on. But it's an extreme, horrible haunted house. I've been aware of it for a few years. There was a Hulu documentary late last year. But it's an insane man that tortures people in his house. Essentially, it's like, it says it all on the shirt here. You don't want to do this. Was it? You get $20,000 if you can get through the house. No one's ever done it. They take your teeth out. They make you eat dog food. They punch you. They put you in mud. It's horrible. I'd never do it. It's a pure masochist. Like, it's something that I'd never go through McCamey Manor. I have no. I just like the shirt. It's got the old rotten.com logo on the back and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
If anyone remembers rotten.com.
I do remember rotten.com. I specifically have like a very vivid memory of a guy who jumped out of a building and he was just flattened completely on the concrete.
Yeah, I'm haunted by some stuff I saw as a teenager on rotten.com. My weird friend on his posh computer showing me snuff films, and just like, Jesus Christ. Glad I didn't have a computer when I was a child. I really am. I was just watching Seinfeld and Larry Sanders Show and watching cable and making puppet shows. So I wasn't watching snuff films.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope we don't get cancelled for wearing this shirt. I saw a celebrity recently wearing this shirt, and everyone was like, and trying to cancel them. But calm down, everyone. it's just an ironic T-shirt. It's okay. It's all right. Anyway, should we run through some new comics, Josh? I don't know if you want to talk about how you're doing with Tracy Island with your new project. I talked about my current project.
I'm deep in it. People can see on Instagram I've been posting snippets. You know,
looking good.
Appreciate that. Yeah, should we go through some zines? I got like a few books this week.
Yeah, I got a big stack of stuff here.
I go first with this one.
Sure.
You have this?
The new Burns. I ordered one.
You did? Oh, you managed to get one.
I did. I was there the minute it went up.
Yeah, fucking obviously beautiful stuff, you know, as expected.
So that's the new Charles Burns there, Josh. Is that published by Partners and Sons in Philly? Partners and Son, sorry, one son.
I think it's like in conjunction with them, but not, you know. I think it's
they're doing the distro. They're selling it exclusively, I think, on their website. Is it sold out now?
Yeah, sold out really fast. It was like when I went in the store to buy it, like Tom was like, people were already coming in trying to order multiples, but they were pretty strict about one per customer. And rightly so.
Those eBay vultures will be out in full force for that one. Yeah, Charles Burns, one of the living legends of comics. Yeah, I think it's the second little landscape zine he's done like that recently.
It is, yeah. It really makes you want to like focus more on like individual panels because you know it's all just like such iconic looking images. But I really just think more about a page when I'm making comics. I don't think it just makes you want to like zoom in on focus on panels.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do like a 4-page comic where I just like overwork it to the nth degree and just like go fucking hard on every panel. But I've just been doing other stuff. But yeah, no. So I was going to say pick that one up from Partners and Sons, but it sounds like they're sold out, and you're just sort of gloating and showing off, Josh.
Yeah, locally printed, I think, in Pennsylvania. Beautiful printing.
Yeah, I got to say, Josh, at the top of the show, R.I.P. Toriyama. That was crazy. I've been playing so much fucking Dragon Quest recently, so yeah, I've been loving the Toriyama, and it's got me reading these old Dragon Balls. I got these old 3-in-1s. You can get these pretty cheap, like $12 a volume. I've been buying them up. Yeah, absolutely loving this. I hate Dragon Ball Z. I tried to watch it as a teenager, and it's like The Bold and the Beautiful, but with fighting. Like just like fight scenes that go for a month and just steroidal, boring shit. Yeah. But then I remember it clicked over as a teenager. Like Cartoon Network stopped airing. They got to the end of the Dragon Balls and then went back to the start of the original Dragon Ball, which is far more cartoony, far sillier, really pervy, lots of panties jokes. Yeah. And it's just really fucking fun. And I've been reading a chapter every day on the toilet. And I cannot recommend this enough, especially during these trying times. This is just a lovely, light, very fun, goofy action comic. And yeah, and just brilliant cartooning. Just absolutely fucking amazing cartooning. Yeah, Bulma's cool. Just the old Turtle Man. And you can see I'm using a piece of toilet paper as a bookmark there to prove my toilet bona fides. But yeah, everyone knows Dragon Ball, but this is the original. Avoid Dragon Ball Z. It's fucking boring, but this stuff is fun.
Well, I have a nice bookmark. This stuff I usually use as a bookmark is this Crickets one.
Oh, that's a lovely one.
Yeah. I think
that looks big as well. That looks like you could use that for a big coffee table book.
Big bookmark.
Such lovely colouring, Sammy Harkin. One of the best colourists, I think, in contemporary alternative comics.
Yeah, he did an illustration for some magazine, Shaky something. Forget my memory, but he did the back cover. It's like a Monster Club thing. It's really just beautiful.
Oh, that's the K and Jason T. Miles thing.
Yeah,
that's the Floating World. Yeah, I got the first issue of that. It's quite good. I think we talked about it on the stream months ago. But issue 2 out now from Floating World, who are coincidentally releasing Josh's Goiter collection in a month now?
Yeah, April 24.
There it is, bang, bang, from Floating World Comics in Portland, one of the finest alternative comic boutiques in the world, I'd say.
Currently at the printers in China. I think should be getting them in time for a Partners and Son event.
I hope so. Oh, a Partners and Sons event, Josh. Can you talk about that? Maybe not. Good hint, there's a Partners and Sons event coming up. I think you're going to have some special guests there as well, aren't you? Maybe?
Yeah, May 4th, it'd be like,
May the 4th be with you. Star
book
Wars Day.
launch with special guests. We'll announce them later, but it's going to be a event of the year, I reckon.
I think there's going to be some good special guests there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same day as the Bubbles Con as well. The Brian Baines, I should say, I just got the new Bubbles in the mail. It's got a Nathan Cowdery interview, which I read yesterday. It was fucking great. You got Daria Tesla and someone else, some Finnish person I've not heard of, but seems interesting. All the usual capsule reviews, but there's an ad on the back there for Bubbles Con, May 4th at Richmond, Virginia. Don't go. Come to Josh's event instead in Philly with his special guests. But if you want to go to this, you got Gabby Bell, you got Chuff. What is that? Chuff? Don't know what that means. Dash Shaw, Jenny Zavakis, Ryan Holmberg, the Manga Man. Yeah, once again, we love Bubbles. Highly worth picking this up. Full of information.
My favorite one, end of year list is that Bubbles reader list. It's I just like it more like some Ponzi twat on Comics Journal. I don't care about his favorite comics of the year, but all the comics readers coming together and being like, this is our favorite. Yeah, I'm much more interested in that.
I think we're certainly on Manga Chat, we're more of a pro fan than pro critic kind of vibe. Yeah. Fuck the critics. Sort of more interested in the fans and what the general public think. I was looking through the readers' best of list. There's some great stuff in there. You and I made a few appearances. Yeah, just lots of interesting, good stuff on there.
This leads us into the other book I bought this week.
What have you got there, Josh?
Gabrielle Bell, Cecil and George in New York. Have you read this one?
I've read all the bits of it. I don't have that edition, but I mean, the namesake there is, I think, a strip from Kramer's 4 or 5, I believe, which was adapted by Michel Gondry into a film. Yeah.
Yeah, I've read it. I've started it, but this first comic about turning into a chair. Brilliant!
It's a banger. Is that a Picture Box publication or was that D&Q?
Drawn and Quarterly.
It was D&Q, right.
Yeah, Drawn and Quarterly.
There they are.
Yeah, so funny. It's just beautiful drawings as well. Yeah, big fan of that one.
Gabrielle Bell's great. Yeah, I ran into her in Russia once. I was in the middle of Moscow and just like, it's fucking Gabrielle Bell. What the fuck's going on? But yeah, great stuff. She's always chugging along. I think Uncivilized, Tom Kaczynski's outfit, does most of her stuff these days. Check out Uncivilized. Got the new Noah Van Sciver book coming out as well. What's it called? Maple Terrace, I believe. I've been enjoying the floppies of that. So, and congrats to Noah. He's announced he's having a second child. So I guess we can all say goodbye to Noah and he'll never draw any comics ever again. I know my productivity's taken a fucking hit in the last 3 years. So I can't imagine having a second child. You finally get one, going to the toilet, sleeping, somewhat you can talk to them. Why would you throw another one in the mix? But, to each their own. Noah was raised Mormon, so that may explain.
Well, I imagine after a point, the first one takes care of the second one,
Yeah, maybe you can sort of chain them up together in the garage. They just sort of look after each other. Free babysitting. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust my little one with another even littler one. It just come back to find a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, going on from my Bubbles plug there, I got the Igaguri Young Judo Master. This is a big, thick volume that Brian Bubbles has put out. Really nice. This smells good. This is really nice, thin kind of paper, as you would find in like a classic Tankabon volume or whatever, but just smells really good. These are like from the 50s, 52 to 54, an early judo manga, sort of, early stuff. Big Ryan Holmberg article essay in the back with lots of color images this time.
Yeah.
Nice production values. It seems like a sort of a, this thin paper and sort of newsprinty, but then you get all this color in the back and lots of
10 pages of comics in the back after his essay.
Yeah. It's all essay. Now it looks to be about a quarter of the book is the essay. There's the essay in the back, and there's the actual book. But
nice.
Lovely looking stuff. If you like your classic manga and stuff, it's the kind of stuff that Jim Hemingfield masturbates over. Yeah, it's I think it's $20 or something as well. It's $21.99, so good price there. So if you like your manga and you like your old sort of just post-war manga or whatever, bang bang.
Yeah,
check it out from Brian Bubbles.
Nice. I'll show you this one I got. It's Willie Lindthaut's Year of the Elephant, Flemish
Oh,
book.
Flemish.
Yeah, so I got this because like the cartooning, it's like it's perfect. It's like it's all pencil. You can see all the construction lines. It's kind of it's like French humor. It's it's
Oui, oui.
very European, but it's like so it's like a memoir about this guy whose son, I guess the author's son killed himself.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. But it's like funny, and it's basically it's not like it's not like a lot of like philosophical musings on grief. It's just kind of like I'm going absolutely mental. Yeah, but it's just really fucking beautiful cartooning and read.
Where'd you hear about this? Where'd you pick this up from?
Just found it in the used bookstore. It was $8.50.
Bit of crate digging.
Yeah, it's just look at just like pencils and
That's quite nice.
yeah.
That's a smooth segue into the thing I've got here. You see this Frank Johnson thing from old Fantagraphics?
Oh yeah.
It's got the flaming vagina on the spine there. You can tell it's a Fantagraphics book from the flaming pussy.
Which looks weird on such a thick book, doesn't it? It's just like very diminutive.
Yeah, it's a very modern looking logo as well on a very old school book. But yeah, this is The Secret Pioneer of American Comics, Volume 1. This is from 1946, or 1928, actually, it starts.
Yeah.
I've seen gossip around on like the Bubbles Pro boards that this was perhaps like faked, like it's not
Yeah.
actually this. It seems like a Henry Darger type situation where this guy's died and they've discovered notebooks full of stuff and just all these early fucking comics from the fucking 20s, like, and it's all some of it looks kind of modern and stuff, but yeah, just some crazy man just like making these massive fucking graphic novels in notebooks before comics was really a fucking thing. And I think
What do
Dan
you think?
Nadell discovered it, perhaps.
Do you think it's a found object, or do you reckon it's like a elaborate hoax? What do you reckon?
I don't know. In the foreword, it's like Dan Nadell, editor and museum curator Dan Nadell, introduced me to a chronological sampling of drawings and comics by a virtually unknown artist named Frank Johnson. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, apparently, I asked my wife who works at Fantagraphics. I was like, "Is it real, or is Gary Groth having a fucking laugh and like faking it?" And they got Johnny Ryan to draw this or something. But yeah, apparently it's real. This secret, undiscovered classic, the Bowser Boys, Wally's Gang. Yeah, interesting book. Check it out. $49.99. That's
Yeah.
quite pricey. It is very thick. It's like 600 pages. Check it out at Partners and Sons or Floating World or one of your local shops, and it might just dazzle you and tickle you, and you might have to take it home.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been intrigued by that. I haven't bought it yet, but interesting object.
Yeah, it came in free for me. I just found it yesterday on the breakfast table. So there's a big box of new Fantagraphics books. I was like, oh, I'll fucking have that. And yeah.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
Another used bookstore purchase was Almost Silent by Jason.
Oh, very nice.
How much was this one? This one was $15.
Mm.
Yeah, it looks like regular Jason fare. Beautiful drawings.
Yeah, I like Jason very much.
There's some I just noticed, which I haven't seen in any of his books before, like covers, and they're all different color. Like some of them are colored, some black and white. So I don't know if this one's like a collection of short stories or a big one, but yeah, it's regular Jason stuff. Very beautiful.
Yeah,
Some.
he's good. The Norwegian Wonder.
Yeah.
I've hung out with him a few times. He's a lovely bloke, top bloke. Walked around the cobblestone streets of Lucca in Italy with Jason, and we had a lovely chat. Nothing I could repeat here.
I don't think I've ever seen a picture of him, but like, is he one of those cartoonists that ends up looking like their characters, like the beady eyes and?
He's got a big beak, and
Yeah.
he looks like a big blackbird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, good stuff. The old Jason. Fantagraphics does most of that in the US.
Yeah.
A bit more manga here. I got the new Umez. The My Name is Shingo. I don't know what they're doing to that spot gloss on the cover there. They put like a circuitry type spot gloss. I've seen the original covers of these, and like they've put like a big yellow square over it and a bunch of spot gloss bullshit, and they've covered up all the art on the back. Yeah, Viz can be a bit hit and miss with their design for me. I liked the Orochi volumes that they did. I got the 4 of those last year. The Drifting Classroom looks quite nice, but the Cat-Eyed Boy reprints were disgusting. I refused to buy them. I'm trying to find this. I've got the first volume, which the old paperbacks have a nice design, but I'm trying to track down the second collection. It's like $100, $150 on eBay. I'm waiting for it to go down because they've reprinted it, but the covers were just so fucking ugly. And yeah, but this is not too hideous. You know, there's a lovely illustration on this escalator, but yeah, somewhat marred by all the shiny bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Inside, there's just the illustration without all the bullshit all over it. Yeah, fantastic drawing, incredible draftsmanship, all that, all this machinery's drawing and stuff. It's
wow.
Yeah, quite beautiful. Got this down at the old Barnes and Noble. It was like $35, and my wife was like, "Fucking hell, get it on Amazon or something." So that's the same price on there, love. But if you want books, you got to pay for them.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, looking good, that one. You got anything else there, Josh? What else you got?
Yeah, this is the last one. This is my favorite book I've read in ages. This Anouk Ricard, Benson's Caku. Have you read this one?
Oh, yes. A classic. I have that one on the shelf. I've read a bit of it, but not the whole thing.
I was laughing all the way through. It's just, it's just cartoony, fun, workplace kind of mystery book, but it's just like, I don't know, it's so charming. It's like,
yeah, she's great.
Comedy, just like really great, funny books. It's like feels like a kid's book as well, but there's swearing in it, and
There's a picture of her holding a giant pencil there.
Oh yeah.
She's a tiny woman. That's an actual size pencil. And Anouk Ricard's a tiny French woman.
Yeah, I love
lovely stuff.
So like simple and from Drawn and Quarterly. Let me see, how much did I pay for this at the used bookstore? No, I got this from Partners actually, so I paid full price, $19.95.
That's pretty bit of a bargain there. I have this lovely little catalogue from Angoulême. I was there in like 2017 or something. She did like a big show. It was as if her characters had put on a show, and there's a big house and all these paintings, as if they were sort of like made by the characters. But yeah, fantastic show. One of the best art shows I've ever seen, perhaps. Really fun.
Yeah. Before this, I'd only read the duck stories and Kramer's, but yeah, just fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it's great. And more of it needs to be translated, more of the adult stuff. And D&Q does all the Anna and Froger kind of kids stuff, which I've got all of those. I love them. I read them to my kid. She likes them. There's great paintings in there in between the other stuff. But yeah, more of the adult stuff I'd love to see. I remember Benson's Cuckoos when that came out in Seattle. I remember like Tom Van Zeus and RJ Casey, maybe Ben Horak, a bunch of cartoonists got fucking obsessed with that book and all went out together and got tattoos of all the characters, and it really made an impression on them. So yeah, it seems to be one of those books that if you love it, you just fucking love it.
Yeah,
mark your skin forever. What's that?
What did they get, like the duck, or what did they get tattooed?
I think they all got different characters.
Oh wow!
So they could kind of like Voltron themselves together. How we on time? It's getting a bit late. I'm going to bash through the rest of the shit that I've got here. Finally, we talked about it previously. My Alex Schubert zines finally showed up.
No.
And they did come with a piece of paper that said USA, trading on the in-joke. Talked about it before, the faux rivalry of Australia versus America between me and Schubert, but he did keep the joke going. But I did finally get them. So after a gentle reminder to Alex, he claimed they were in the mail. I suspect that perhaps they were not, and then they were placed in the mail as to save face, but don't know about that. Can't be sure.
Which is funny.
I got this from the what's that?
It's funny considering you're heavily featured in those books.
Yes, I am. Me and DeForge and Kyle. It's riffing on our tour, and it's funny. But don't know. But yeah, love Alex Schubert. Really excited about his Christoph book from as an anthology. I think next year. I think one of those is a preview. But yeah, I got this from Noel Freibert's Toy Box Coffin, secondhand online store. I paid a bit of money, like $70 for this. I have a few others of these. I think Kurt Wolfgang, who was brutally cancelled for something. I won't go into it years ago, but he edited these. And this is all spoofs of stuff. I've got like a Kramer's Ergot spoof one and just an Understanding Comics ripoff. It's this old series like 20 years ago, different cartoonists are just riff and kind of brutally roasting and making fun of people, and sort of something that's gone to the wayside of just very mean, horrible comics, like a big horrible Chris Ware parody. And I had to have it. You never see these, like screen printed cover. I suspect maybe Jordan Crane did this back in the day. But yeah, you never fucking see these around. There's a big Johnny Ryan, like a story about Johnny Ryan going to Providence to meet all the Fort Thunder people and just making fun of all that Fort Thunder stuff back in the day and making fun of John Porcellino. Yeah, it looks really fun. The other issues are really fun. It's full of lots of old cancelled bastards. So I couldn't resist. It was pricey, but I was like, when am I ever going to see it ever again? So I pressed the button. I got the next issue of this weird plastic thing from Ben Mendelwitz from his Electric Fence Patreon. Again, hard to read, weird. I liked the promo he did for this, where he was like reading it in the shower and just water dripping all over the book. And it was kind of a fun promo. You could read this in the shower. It's the rare book that's perfect for the shower, but yeah, really weird format. And
what happens if you like put it on a white table? Is it probably much easier to read?
Legible? Yeah, it's a bit of white paper behind it does make it so you can actually read it. Yeah, very weird comic. New Devil's Grin came in. I've not read this yet. I've been so fucking busy recently. I've not sat down to really truly enjoy this, but I know it's going to be fucking great when I do.
Yeah,
love Alex here on the channel. I got this book by this Ali Errico. It's like, I normally don't like autobio stuff, but I really enjoyed this. It's just about a young lady riding her bicycle around and having horrible relationships, and it just it made me feel something. It was well done. I quite like the drawing. It's simple but effective. It's got a nice risograph kind of feel to it. Yeah, I think she did a thing at Partners and Sons a while ago.
Yeah, I've been hearing about it, like good things about it.
Cram books. I've been starting to notice Cram books around more. Are they Philly based? I'm not sure, Josh.
I don't know.
Have they been bullying you?
I don't go outside enough to know what's going on out there.
But anyway, I took a chance on this, and it's a bit in my toilet. I've read about half of it, and I did rather enjoy it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not preachy. It's just sort of fun. It's just about being a fuck up young person. So yeah, it was just kind of fun. Speaking of fucked up young people, it's the new Smoke Signal. I got this. I got our boy Nate Garcia in there. You got your Juliette Calais and terrible looking 2 pages here. I don't know who this is. This drawing, it's terrible. But there's some good stuff in there as well. Again, it's an anthology, hit and miss. Your mileage will vary. There's some stinkers and there's some good stuff. You got Noel Frybert was Noel Frybert doing a comic again in this weird minimal computer style that is the modern Frybert style. But yeah, worth picking up just for the Nate Garcia strip in there.
Oh, how's that look printed? I bet on a big newspaper. It's got to be beautiful, right?
Yeah, big newsprint Garcia. It's quite nice. You can tell that he's drawn it on the wrong size of paper and then had to insert some images around the bottom to make it fit. A mistake I've made myself many times before.
Oh, quite recently, all right? With
quality pictures.
Yeah.
And there's that Ali Enrico as a page. It's quite a nice spread here. I like all this panel work over here for the trains and stuff, but experimental, nice and dense. But yeah, I thought this was supposed to be a screen printed cover, but it just seems to be normally printed. I could have sworn it was solicited as having a screen printed cover. Don't know what happened there. But yeah, anyway, that's about what I've got. Maybe we could bring our guest on and have a bit of a waffle with our guest. What do you think?
Yeah, I reckon bring him in.
Let's bring him in. Let's just bring him in.
Nordstrom Rack.
Hello.
Oh my God, you cut your hair.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, look, it's Nora said that the stylist didn't know how to do curls, so I have a little bit of a Nazi haircut, which is not what I was going for, but you know.
Yeah, I've got curly hair too, and I've said before, like I leave the barber either looking like a 12-year-old boy or Richard Spencer, or a 12-year-old Richard Spencer.
Yeah, well, currently I'm in my Richard Spencer phase. Sometimes they nail it, but not this time.
I think it looks quite nice, actually.
Harry,
I'm digging it. I think you're looking good.
Well, I told the stylist, I'm like, I'm on Manga Chat tomorrow, so I need you to fucking work.
There's going to be at least 30 people watching, so yeah, make me look semi-respectable.
Yeah. How are you boys?
We're
good. All right. How about you? You have a new book
no.
out. Let's. Should we talk? You have a new.
Oh yeah, this is what I was christened this by Ramon on Twitter. Called me Harry Nordlinger. Oh, you talking about
Harry Nordlinger?
my name?
I'm sorry, who?
Guy.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I have a new comic. I don't have a physical book yet, but I have this painted cover. You can all take a look at it. It's called Shadows over Springfield.
Let me, Harry. Let me get a picture of it real quick so I can get it up on the screen.
Oh, thank
Shadows
you.
over Springfield. What is
that
it?
acrylic there, Harry?
That's gouache.
Oh,
But
gouache. Very nice.
Really thick gouache because I wanted it to have a little texture, So like, I kind of fucked around. Didn't know what I was doing that much, but I kind of feel like I made it work a little bit.
It looks nice.
Thank you very much. I'll give you the quick pitch. It's basically a noir horror surreal take on classic Simpsons, setting. I've always wanted to do a bootleg story, a bootleg comic. And so I did a short one for Vacuum Decay, and then I decided to expand it to a full 36-page floppy to see, how this dark season of terror descends upon the citizens of Springfield, and madness and melancholy encapsulates their lives.
Well, that is your brand, isn't it, Harry?
What's up?
That is your brand, isn't it? Just
It
alarming.
has become my brand, yes.
You're the horror man.
Horror, dark, surreal. I feel like, I guess it is horror. Like this one and Night Cruising, I don't consider horror, but they're horror adjacent, Everything I do will be dark to some degree.
Yeah,
we should point out to people who aren't familiar with Harry Nordlinger here, or Harry Nordlinger, as his friends call him, as nice people call him.
Yeah.
You're most known for Vacuum Decay, the Vacuum Decay anthology series. I tried to find mine earlier, and they're fucking missing. I have a big pile of boxes in front of one of my bookshelves. I think it's back there, but they've just mysteriously gone missing.
Oh, yeah. No, if you don't read them, they evaporate.
Yeah, I think I have some of them behind me here, and some in this pile of zines somewhere. But
I saw a Jasper Jubinville cover there.
Yeah, the goat. Back in...
I believe you broke David Enos as well, one of my favorite recent finds.
I think, David Enos, he's fucking incredible. He is, I said famously, the best cartoonist in San Francisco. Absolute genius, that guy. I got
really quite taken by that.
He's amazing. I got a 12-pager from him in the next issue, a little tease. He was actually inspiration for Springfield because he did a Batman bootleg comic called Batman is Lost in the Woods that's fantastic.
It's great. Yeah, I have it. It's fucking great.
Really good. I think that might be the best ever bootleg comic.
For 10 years I wanted to do a bootleg Simpsons comic. Like before Barkira, before Die Homer, there was like a Die Hard, Die Homer thing. Before all that, I wanted to take the script to Todd Solondz's Happiness and just recast it with all the Simpsons characters. So like Homer would be Maplewood, the pedophile, and like Milhouse would be, But then it'd like devolve into like it's them doing a play of Happiness, and like we'd get to see the actual home lives of the characters, and like Homer would kind of go mad and like devolve into this world, and like Moe would be playing the John Lovitz character, and he would actually kill himself in the real world, not just the play. But anyway, I never did it. Alvin Bonaventura was going to publish it 10 years ago, but yeah.
Who would be Philip Seymour Hoffman coming on the walls?
Probably Barney.
Oh, okay, very good.
Probably Barney Gumble. Yeah. But yeah, you beat me to the punch once again. Fucking Barkira got there, Die Homer, and now Shadows over Springfield.
I know, it's not exactly an original. That's the thing. So funny enough, someone else hit me up to contribute to their Simpsons bootleg. And I was like, okay, they told me the deadline, and I was like, all right, I just have to get mine out before then.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been racing through. I mean, I've been watching your progress on Instagram, and you've been setting goals and trying to get these pages done, and get back in the saddle.
Dude, this is the most productive I've ever been. I set myself an arbitrary deadline, and it made such a difference.
Yeah,
you have to. Yeah,
you have to.
The only way.
Whether it's a zine fest coming up, or just that's the tale as old as time with cartoonists. We set ourselves these weird goals and deadlines, and just do our fucking best. But you've done it, Harry. You've pulled it off.
I did. I pulled it off. The order's not done yet, but I'm sending it off to the printers today. I'm trying to get them to figure out how to format this wraparound cover.
Can you bring up my slide, Josh? My Harry shop slide.
Yeah. Let's see.
I had a bunch of meetings on Monday or something, and then it was 11:38 at night. It's cut off there. You get to the time at the top, 11:38. I ordered the book, and then I kind of looked away for a second and came back, and it said, "You are not safe, even when you think that you are." And Harry, this scared the shit out of me.
Oh yes, okay.
You horrid me. I thought I'd been hacked or something. I thought look, frankly, I'd had some edibles. I was a bit drunk. I'd had a big work day. I was relaxing. I was like, fuck, I've got to go over and buy Harry's comic. And yeah, I don't know. I looked away for a second and then it really fucking threw me for a loop. You really fucking freaked me out. But good job. You are the master of comics horror.
Thank you so much. That's actually a huge comp. That's it. Like when I launched Vacuum Decay, I wanted to do this whole thing where I was like in character as a hype man every time I was selling it or promoting. Like I wanted to make like every aspect of the sale have some kind of horror-y element to it. Mm-hmm. So when Wix, there's usually things that says like, "Thanks for your purchase," and I like edited that and typed in, "You are not safe."
Yeah, I've never seen that before as well. I guess just with Wix you can do that. That reminds me of something as well, Harry. We were talking about the horrible, prohibitive international shipping costs earlier, but I use Shopify. You use Wix. I saw you just posted Wix is going up to $300 a year instead of $60. Yeah,
300%. It's going from $60 to $200.
It's fucked up.
I'm like, I have my website, so I can't like leave now. You know, I'm already locked in, so I just kind of have to eat the price. And I think it's a thing where I bought the website in 2020, and inflation is so immense since then that they're just like catching up. But I still haven't raised the price of Vacuum Decay or any of my comics, and I kind of don't want to. So I'm just gonna eat it, I guess. But like they're like, we're introducing all these new features, and so we need to raise the price. And then I read through the features, and they're like, not really anything.
Yeah, no, it's frustrating as small business people. We're kind of getting fucked by the mailing and these charges. I think Shopify, I don't think we get charged shit like that, or Big Cartel, but I guess Wix, you get to build your website and stuff, yeah? So you're locked in there now. You're trapped there.
I really am. And the bummer is I really wanted my own website, like something.com rather than just for the aesthetic of it. And then I paid like an extra $50 to not have ads. Like I chose to spend more money than I needed to, just for like to make it nice, you know.
Yeah.
But now I'm really fucked. It's going to be $200 a year, which is a year. That's not that much, but I just don't want to pay it.
Well, on principle, I mean, it's a big fucking sudden surge. So
yeah,
on top of PayPal fees and like Stripe fees that they take from every sale, we're getting squeezed.
Yeah. So selling cash at shows is where I think anyone makes the most money.
But obviously, you're declaring all that, Harry, for the record. Yeah.
San Francisco, Harry. Should we talk about? You pissed off an entire city recently.
Don't bring that up.
That's fine. We can talk about it. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything inflammatory, but yes, I was, as Andre Nicotina said, the most hated man in Frisco for about a week.
I think you were just harassed, Harry. I found Harry did an interview on the Comics Journal, a wide-ranging, long interview. I found it very positive. You were very affable, very positive. You name-checked a bunch of people in San Francisco, but I think to your taste, probably like, classic underground horror stuff, contemporary horror, guys like David Enos. That's the shit you're into. So you were kind of like, there's a dearth of stuff like that. Some people have moved away. And you were assailed by some virtuous trolls who said that you didn't like the right kind of work and bringing race into it and kind of implying that you were some kind of homophobe. I found it rather untoward. I saw it as you being bullied.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, I felt good about it afterwards. I was definitely a little stressed in the moment. Yeah. It quickly devolved into I was called a homophobe and racist. And like, I stand by what I said. San Francisco does not have a good comic scene. And now I just pissed off. But it's true. Apparently
I think it probably it has a scene, and it might it might even be a good scene, but I guess there's pockets in comics, and it's just the scene is not to your
yeah. Well, what I meant
it'd be like if you did an interview talking about all the stuff that they like, and then you came into the comments like, "How dare you not like me, David Enos, and my friends? Fuck you!" Like,
no, I think they're very Enos-phobic. I think. The thing that I specifically meant, and I guess this is somewhat of a clarification, is not that the people making comics in San Francisco are bad, but there is no scene in the sense that there's very little audience. And there's very little like popular cartoonists bringing in an audience. So I've done shows in San Francisco. I've done like my buddy Floyd, who you guys know. He's from here. I mentioned him in the article. We did a show together 2 years ago, and it was sick. Like a lot of people came, good crowd. We did it again this year. Fucking no one came.
And we did that Permanent Damage at Silver Sprocket, and it was, pretty.
It was like that one was okay, but it was way less than the LA ones or the port. Like just going to other cities and doing other shows, like Seattle. Sure, in Seattle, there's a line around the corner. That Permanent Damage in May 2020, where there was a line, and like that will never happen in San Francisco because people who are into artsy cultural people have been priced out. They don't live here anymore. They live in Oakland. They live in Portland. They move. That's what I wasn't shitting on any specific cartoonist. I was shitting on the audience.
No, as I said, the interview came off as very positive. But some people always find a problem with anything. But,
well, the other thing was somebody screenshotted that section and like sent it around. Those people didn't read the interview. Because people were, the interview went live at like 8 a.m. and I woke up at like 10:30 and people were already mad.
Yeah.
What can you do?
I got in trouble for the same thing. I was far more egregious. I did an interview when I moved to Seattle, just like saying like, yeah, it's like not as good as the Melbourne scene, and the Melbourne scene's way more colorful and cool, and it was just my honest opinion. And I think there was like a June. It was like a drawing party. Everyone gets together, and I was kind of like not bullied, but like you have to come to this. And I was like, I did that like 15 years ago. Like I've done my drawing party, 24-hour comic party, trenches. Like I'm busy working on projects. I don't really want to go to that. I don't, want to hang out with people. I want to be at home with my wife and draw my own shit. But yeah, everyone was like, I was like public enemy #1 for like a couple of months, and just
for not showing up.
Well, and just for saying in this article, just my honest opinion that I just look, I thought the Melbourne scene was really cool. We had a bunch, we had Michael Hawkins and fucking HTML Flowers and me and Tommy Parrish and Lee Lai and just all these fucking cool people and making fucking really boundary pushing, colorful, amazing fucking shit. And so I just called it like I saw it. But, I guess, I don't know. Mine was more egregious than yours. Like, I don't even think you said anything wrong, but that's just the internet. People come for you. People like to, I don't know. And it's the fragmented nature of the scene, Harry. It's just like, you got your black metal, you got your K-pop, you got your jazz, you got your acid jazz. These scenes don't tend to mesh. It's all music, but it's okay if there's different pockets of scenes. Like, you don't have to like everything.
Yeah.
Lots of people don't like me or Josh's work. Lots of people probably think Vacuum Decay is too strong. They can't handle the horror. It's okay.
Yeah. It was a funny moment. The funniest part about it was that it kept going. Like a week later, it was still going. It kind of made me feel, this is bad. This is probably the wrong lesson, but I felt like kind of powerful. I was like, oh my God.
Well, once you get some haters, I mean, it means that you're making waves, you're getting out there, people are jealous of you, people are hating on you, people know you. Like, it comes with the territory. I mean, I'm always getting people harassing me online and being dickheads and fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off. It's the nature of an art scene.
But you just kept working, haven't you? I mean, that's what you do. You don't get bogged down.
To finish, I had like 7 more pages to go, and I got like a couple people like wanted to talk to me, like, and I like was, if I know the person, I'll talk to them. They were like, what did you mean by this? And I was like, well, I'll tell you what I mean. Like, I'm not gonna. So, two people asked me to make a public apology, and I'll say this now publicly on this channel: I will never apologize publicly for anything.
People are bullies.
I do not think that artists should ever apologize for art. Like, if you're called out for something personal life, maybe, but like for art or an interview or a perspective, I'm not going to do it. Like, it's not within our wheelhouse of things we should do.
No, this is bullying behavior. More people need to realize that, there's a certain bullying element in the arts, and it's beyond a joke at this point. I think a lot of people are scared to say anything or scared to stand up against it, but we certainly aren't here. I mean, we like to be very positive about comics. We love the stuff we love, and everyone's got their tastes, and it's fine.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, because I remember moving to San Francisco and being in the music and art scene, and there's so much cool kidism and like people being like, we don't like this group and this band is beefing with this band. And I remember thinking like, oh wow, blah, blah, blah. But if you look at art history, this has always existed.
Oh yeah.
It's very funny. Like art history, you look at famous movements of like powerful artists, and they're just like cool kids beefing with each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Famously in Paris, the Surrealists had a schism, and Breton and Robert Desnos would publish pamphlets shitting on each other. They had pamphlets, which is like the 1920s equivalent of, you know, posts and podcasts.
Yeah, I think it used to be fun. Like I was talking about this like low Jinx from like 20 years ago, and it's all spoofs and goofs and making fun of people in different scenes, and it was fun. Like it didn't have this vibe of like it wasn't trying to ruin people's careers. The intent of this was to have a laugh and have a bit of a roast. The intent wasn't to ruin someone's career and take money from their children's mouths. It was just kind of silly and a bit inflammatory and fun. But I feel like this in this day and age is a little bit of a, we want this person dead. We don't want them to make money. We want to drive them out of the scene. It's like, no. Stay in your fucking lane, do your own fucking thing, and fuck off.
I want to recommend people should look up. There's a pamphlet called Un Cadavre, which French from 1920. That is the 1920s French poet equivalent of that, where it's Robert Desnos doing this whole thing about how Breton is like a fake savior, and he has like 1920s Photoshop him as a corpse on the cover. It's sick.
1920s Photoshop.
Yeah.
Probably didn't even have scissors, or I don't know if they had scissors back then.
But yeah, this has always been the way. I noticed the background, and I was very impressed. Did you watch it?
No, I haven't watched it. It's still in the plastic.
Okay.
Harry, you are obsessed. Yeah. You are obsessed with Skin and Marink.
I realized after the interview went out, I mentioned it twice in the interview, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I am so predictable. I need to stop.
Yeah, well, again, you won't stop talking about this on Twitter. You are like the biggest booster. I'm sure the directors have taken notice and like, this Harry Nordlinger guy fucking loves us.
I've talked to the director a few times.
I'll bet you have.
He's really nice and like has posted my art a couple times. Yeah, man, I'm a very sensitive and sentimental person. It's not hard for art to change my life. Like 6 months to a year, some piece of art comes along that like, you know, completely rewires my brain. This more than anything else in my adult life, though. I haven't felt the way I feel about Skin and Marink. I haven't felt about something since I was like 13. It was really good. I still have it in me.
Yeah, 2 children wake up in the middle of the night to find their father is missing, and all the windows and doors in their home have vanished. Skin and Marink is a one-of-a-kind film that recreates the sensation of being very young and essentially powerless, unable even to articulate why everything feels so wrong. Sounds quite good.
It's amazing. Were you guys scared kids?
Yeah.
I hate horror.
I was a really scared kid. I used to have terrible insomnia and really bad just like imagination, and I wouldn't be able to sleep, and I would go sleep in front of the TV, like watch cartoons, or I'd go sleep in my parents' bed. I was just like dominated by fear at night. And I think whereas other people just like grow out of that, I kind of obsessed about it, and now maybe that's why I am the way I am today. I like recaptured it or whatever. But then that movie came along and it like brought me back. I like had it was like a, not PTSD, but I had like a trigger effect where I was like, oh, I feel that way again.
Yeah, I've read very good things about it. It is a good, bloody good film.
Divisive. So if you hate it, I'm sorry. It's not for everyone, but hopefully you'll like it as much as I did.
There's another movie I bought as well because you just kept saying how much you hated it on Twitter. So what was it? I think it was Promising Young Woman. You just kept on saying how much you hated it. So I went and bought a copy. It was like $5. I was like, I have to watch this. Why does Harry hate it so much?
Did you watch it?
No, I haven't watched it yet. I don't watch any of these movies.
So Promising Young Woman, I'm gonna get called some ists again for this. It's worth watching because of how wrong everything is. It's a movie where it's not just like you'll watch a bad movie and be like, whatever, and forget about it. I couldn't stop thinking about that movie for weeks because of how every moment misses so hard, and every line of dialogue is so off, and every interaction is so weird.
Yeah, I thought that about this movie Bottoms. I kept hearing really good things about this comedy, and it stunk. I just like it just missed
I
the
kind of
mark.
like Bottoms.
Really?
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of comedies. I think comedy movies have really fallen off in the last 10 years. So I saw Bottoms with no expectations, and I kind of liked it because I like a movie that has more ideas than it has understanding of filmmaking. There's like Bottoms has no structure, no screenplay, no 3 acts, none of that. They're just like ideas and fun, and I don't know, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, just missed the mark. I was so hyped up. I just get, it's like Mean Girls, and it's like it's fucking great and hilarious, and so comedy's back, and yeah, it didn't. But yeah, it has its merits.
Yeah, Mean Girls is like a really well written script, where Bottoms is just like they make it up as they go, kind of.
There wasn't enough character development for me. I just like the 2 main girls. I was like, why are they friends? Like, did they have a relationship previously? Like, they were so desperate to fuck other people. Like, if they tried fucking each other, that wasn't addressed. Like, I turned it off like 3/4 through. I was just like, it tried to do an emotional arc at the end, and I was like, no, unearned. Off.
You said that on the last episode, and that I fully agree with. When they try to be emotional, I'm like, come on, this isn't what the movie is.
So the screenplay could have used another pass or something, perhaps. But yeah, I don't like to be negative. I mean, I feel bad. I worry that the girl who wrote it's going to like watch Manga Chat and they're like, "Oh, fuck you," and like,
yeah. Well, a horror movie I watched last night was Infinity Pool, and it was fucking brilliant. Have you seen it, Simon? I know Harry's seen it, but
I haven't.
Oh,
I know of it.
Yeah, it's like Alexander Skarsgård falls in with these like mega rich kind of weird culty people. I don't know. You can describe it well, Harry, but it's I thought it was an incredible horror movie.
Did you like it?
Like rich people behave when they go on vacation in other countries, but taken to this overt body horror extreme. It's one of those movies where it's like it's not trying to be smart, it's not trying to be deep, it's just fucking dope. It's just like sick, fucked up shit. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's not like it's another movie where Jasper hated it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna defend it. If you don't like it, that's fine. I think it's great.
Yeah, I usually can't stand body horror. Like, it's the reason I hate your work. It's just that's a joke, Harry. But I just can't deal with body horror. But it was like it was kind of easy, that one. It wasn't too offensive.
It's more conceptual. It's more like the concept of having doubles and clones and things like that.
Yeah, like the stabbing scenes was a bit much for me, but yeah, it was a great horror movie.
I can't do body horror really. My mouth disgusts me, and my body. I get really upset about my bones, like standing naked in the shower with my flesh crushing between the porcelain and the bones. It just really upsets me. So to watch a bunch of body horror shit, I can't do it.
And you're the one wearing the McCamey Manor shirt, which that's too intense.
Yeah, I know. You know McCamey Manor?
I know of it. I've watched videos of it. I would never.
You've been through, Harry? Would you do it?
Never. I would never.
Yeah, me.
Would never. Because I can't handle gross out. I can't handle gross stuff. And they like make you eat dead birds or whatever the fuck. I'm like, nah, no thank you.
Yeah, it's an interesting story, the McCamey Manor. It seems like some dodgy shit's going down.
It's not still around, is it?
I think it's still going. It's in Georgia or something. I think there's a movement right now to get it shut down again, and it's sort of technically legal. You sign like a massive 20-page waiver before you go in.
But what kinds of crimes or abuse can you waiver away? Like if I sign a waiver and then you like break my arms, it's still illegal to do that, even if I said you could do it, right? I don't know.
I don't know.
Business, so yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I hope I don't get cancelled for wearing a shirt. But
yeah. Yeah, it was a
great shirt. I mean, out there at the supermarket, repping rotten.com.
Oh, that's a very cool shirt. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. You read anything good recently, Harry?
I'm sorry?
You read any good comics recently?
I've been reading the old collection of EC crime comics.
Nice.
Oh yeah, which ones? Yeah.
I haven't read the 5th Devil's Grin, but I've been reading the Devil's Grin as far as contemporary stuff that I've been reading. That's fantastic. I also read the most recent sorry, I didn't prepare a stack, but the most recent Hideshi Hino Panorama of Hell collection.
Oh, nice.
Which is fucking sick. It's like, because I recently read a bunch of Katsuo Umet's, like Drifting Classroom and what's the lady comic?
Orochi?
Yeah, there you go. And those are really good and really like serious and dark and sad. And then Panorama Hell is just like full blown goofy. It's like really goofy. It's like an 80s slasher movie where it's like silly horror. It's really fun. And then
it seems reflected with a bit more of like, what's his name? Yoshikazu, Obisi Yoshikazu, a bit more sillier like that. A bit more,
it's very silly. It's very like heavy metal. It's like, there's a really funny conceptual ending that kind of makes the whole thing work. It's dope. And Starfruit Books, they're sick. They put that out. They put out House of Pigs. They're doing this like new manga translation. Now we're actually chatting about manga. There's so much good manga that's still not translated. And I'm glad that someone's doing like nice editions of it.
Yeah, finally. I mean, there's more and more stuff coming out. Bubbles doing stuff and Breakdown Press, and D&Q's doing all the Suge, and we're finally, Viz is doing all the new Umes, and we're getting some good stuff.
There's a bummer because I'm a huge Osamu Tezuka fan. He's like possibly my all-time favorite cartoonist, and there's a bunch of editions of his stuff coming out that are really ugly and bad.
Oh, they're hideous. I look at them at the Barnes & Noble and they disgust me. Like, I just refuse to buy them because they're so hideously designed.
Yeah, they're not worth, I don't like want them on my shelf. And then you look at the back and it's a publisher you've never heard of and it says like funded by Kickstarter. And I'm like, I guess this is the best we can get.
I love this stuff. Yusaku Hanakuma. It's Tokyo Zombie. You know this shit?
I'm going to write this down. What's the name? Oh, that looks
Tokyo
awesome.
Zombie by Yusaku Hanakuma.
That looks fucking sick. Put that out.
I love his picture in the back. He's like a taekwondo champ or something.
Oh yeah,
with his nunchucks.
I just ordered a Japanese edition of one of his books, and I some weird website I was looking at it, and there's just all this like weird dog fucking in it, and it just looks fucking insane. And I was like, I have to have it. It was like $70, and it's all in Japanese, but it was like I have to have it. But yeah, this is like a zombie apocalypse one, Tokyo Zombie, but. Yeah, really nice.
They made a movie of Tokyo Zombie.
They did? Really?
2005.
I don't know where I got. I think I got this from Last Gasp. This is published by Last Gasp. They probably still got them on the site.
San Francisco.
I think this is like his only published English work. Yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah.
I love Gone as well. Gone. It's just like a little dinosaur, and it's just all fighting. It's just all like insane, like cross-hatched, like just big like animal battles and stuff, and just this little dinosaur just like killing lions. But it's really dense and really crazy.
Did any of you guys get this?
No, I haven't.
The new potentially last Al Columbia.
Why the last?
He just said it. I mean. He's not going to see this. He said everything he puts out, he says is the last thing he's ever going to put out.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there will be more. But it's like, it's really just. Are you guys all Columbia fans?
Of course.
Yeah. I think he's an absolute genius. Like,
yeah, it's brilliant.
You can see how he would fit in with my sensibilities.
Of course.
And the like meticulousness of the watercolor painting. It's just so impressive.
Yeah, he's fucking great. This is all mostly big images and stuff. This is not comics. This is just big, beautiful images.
It's like splash drawings. The whole concept is that they're lost films, and these are like the posters or the surviving images from these lost films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's published this? Is this self-published or?
Essentially, it's this thing called Hot Moon Press, which is like a friend of his self-publishing them.
I know Al's had a few problems with different publishers. Hollow Press, for instance, and Floating World, and a few skirmishes. Won't go into that. But yeah, brilliant artist, brilliant stuff.
Yeah, his art's amazing. I'm not going to, vouch for his personal life. But yeah, his art's amazing. I was surprised to see Floating World was like promoting this when I thought they might not be so happy.
I also was very surprised to see Jason promoting Columbia's work after what went down privately. Yes. But yes. Yeah, brilliant artist, brilliant stuff. Fucking, yeah. And obviously right up your alley.
Oh my God. Yeah. That shit was skin and rank to me when I was 18. Like when I first discovered Al Columbia, it like really fucking blew my mind.
Yeah, he's doing something different to everyone else.
And there's so little of it. There's only like maybe 50 published pages by him of actual comics.
Now, what's next for Harry Nordlinger?
Next comes Vacuum Decay 7, which I've been putting off for a long time. I used to do them twice a year, and now I think I'm going to go once a year just because I've done 2 solo books since the last one. So, Springfield comes out in like 2 weeks. Then I'm going to do Vacuum Decay 7. Then I think I'm going to keep doing some little floppies with Floating World. I think I'm going to do at least 2 or 3 more of those. And then I don't know if I can. It's fine. I could say eventually down the line, once I have enough pages, we'll put out a collection.
Yeah, book collection. Yeah,
and I'll have
the model. That's the pipeline. That's the way Josh and I have done it. That's the way everyone does it.
I know.
Build up your zines, then do a nice posh collection for the library market.
Josh has actually been very insightful in giving me advice. He was the one who pushed me to do more solo comic. Well, he and Nate and other people. And then also just people coming up to my table and being like, "You drew all of this?" And I had to be like, "No, it's not. It's multiple."
Yeah, the anthology is great, but I think at a point, like the anthology is bigger than your name, you know. So it's you gotta like put out more solo stuff. So it's like Harry Nordlinger is bigger than Vacuum Decay.
Yeah,
you're developing a very. There's a lovely sort of a vibe to your work recently, Harry. Like your drawing's really improving, and there's just like, I don't know. There's just something going on, just the way you like certain angles, and there's a lovely quality to your drawing recently, Harry.
I really appreciate that. That means a lot. I'm trying to channel film a little bit. I feel like there aren't that many people thinking about visual. I mean, like the great cartoonists obviously think about visual language, but I see people like the San Francisco cartoonists that we were talking about just not considering visual flow. You know?
And I'm just I see a lot of lack of backgrounds in certain people's work, and there's lots of talking heads. Everyone has to figure everything out. We're all learning on the job and figuring it out. But yes, I do bristle at a backgroundless comic that's all talking heads. I like a sense of place, and you're not afraid to draw a crowd scene, Harry, or like a wide panned out shot or something, and interesting angles, and just in an El Columbia way, just like the way like he'll just freak you out with the way he draws a fucking face. But there's certain drawings of yours recently like, ooh, that's fucking got some teeth to it, or it's just something unsettling or weird about it. So anyway, keep up the good work, Harry.
I appreciate that. And then that means a lot. The other way that Josh was helpful is that I was going to embark on a long form story, like a 100-page single comic. And then Josh was like, just do more shorts in the meantime. Like you should build your profile with small comics first. I was like, you're right. So I'll put off my epic for next year.
Yeah, I mean, I have my sitting next to me here. I've been planning to scan it. I've never scanned it. It's my 240-page color graphic novel from my early 20s. It was a learning experience. I trashed the whole thing. No one's ever seen it, but
never published.
No, never. But some of it, early bits of it, 64 pages of it was zines, but there's a 180-page third chapter. This is just never. It's been read by like 5 people. But a tip for young cartoonists: don't start drawing a 1,000-page graphic novel. Do short stories, especially in this economy. Like it makes sense to do little zines and be able to sell little zines every couple of months and keep fans and potential fans engaged and coming back and getting excited. Then you do the big book, and once you're hopefully financially secure at some point, then you can really dig into your big magnum opus. It all takes time.
I had like a nightmare scenario in my head about like, what if I put out 3 issues and no one likes it? And then I'm like, well, I got 4 more issues to go. Like I got to finish the story. Like you want to leave a story hanging, which people do, obviously. They'll just abandon it if it's not popular or doesn't work.
Like Underwater by Chester Brown. I mean, that was fascinating. Have you read Underwater, either of you guys?
The only Chester Brown I've read is Yummy Fruit.
I know about it, yeah.
It's very interesting, but just abandoned. And I mean, I worry about that with my zombie comic. Like the second issue's just come out. It's like, are people going to care? Will they climb off? But I got to keep them coming out fast. If they come out every 3 months, then I think people will be more forgiving of like a dud issue or something.
You're going to do 12 issues?
Oh, there'll be like 30 of them.
Damn.
I've written so many vignettes and bits and just this whole fucking thing, and I just didn't just speed it up. I've been distracted by other projects and just, I don't know, being a dad, but I really got to speed it up. I'm getting there. Like I said earlier on the stream, I'm six pages into penciling the new 3rd issue.
yeah.
I'm trying to work harder for you, the audience, the fans. I'm trying my best.
Yeah,
That's
all we
the
can
next
do.
5 years of your life, then.
So what?
That's like the next 5 years of your life you got planned out.
Yeah, no, it is. It's like a 5-year project. I mean, I need to get them out faster, but alongside other things, got to do Meg's Coven, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing other stuff, but, yeah, no, it'll run for a long time. I'm planning for this zombie comic to run for a fucking long time so people can, grow up alongside it and then share it with their children.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited. The second issue is great. I think people are going to love it.
Yeah, the third issue, you'll like the third issue, Harry. It's very horrific.
Really?
It made me upset. I was upset by it. I was like, I can't release this. But I was like, well, I've written it now. I have to. It's happened. It's on the page. So
That's a great way to feel. I loved issue 1 because I like color, but I love black and white. And especially because I feel like it was really sad and melancholy, and the black and white really added to that tone. But also feeling sad about what you're doing is a really interesting thing in comics.
Yeah, and it made you draw differently, the black and white too. It's like you can't, you can't add the wood grain with like a
brush or something.
So it's like you're drawing every single thing. It's like,
Well, the new issue, there was a sequence where they were supposed to be in the dark, and it just wasn't dark enough. So I was like ruling lots of lines and doing like full cross hatching, and just I've not done that since I was fucking 15 or something. So it's been nice regressing back to this sort of old style of drawing before I was doing all the coloring. But, yeah.
I love that shit so much. There was a moment in Springfield where I drew Marge crying about Bart, and I got really sad drawing it because I love Marge. I don't want her to be sad. I felt bad about what I was doing to these characters that I've loved.
Yeah. 7 or 8. Like this comic, this Springfield comic, it has the vibe of somebody who's really into seasons like 1 to 9. It feels like classic Simpsons.
Well, that's my shit. So I've seen the first 9 seasons of Springfield Simpsons. I've seen probably more than any other piece of media.
Yes,
I would just watch them, and because I downloaded them all on my computer when I was 13, and I just would watch them on repeat for my entire teenage years in the background. So I have hidden little references, and I mean they're not that hidden. You can tell certain panels are straight from the show and certain lines are straight from the show, stuff like that. But I have a true deep love for The Simpsons, which is why I wanted to do, I wouldn't want to do something if I didn't really love these characters.
Yeah, it's a loving tribute.
Yeah, and everyone loves The Simpsons. This is something I can connect to everyone with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you sleazy motherfucker. Look, it's a Simpsons comic.
Right? Yeah, it's a cheap way to get people to pay attention because they know the characters are.
You're going to do a classic Steamboat Willie comic next, now that the copyright's expired on that?
I think I got the bootleg out of my system. I think it's
into a scary Hello Kitty comic.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. There's a whole world of potential out there.
You just become this sleazy sort of pastiche. Look, it's horror, but it's like My Little Pony. It's a whole table of just crap.
The Winnie the Pooh horror movie filmmakers who are doing.
Well, they just announced the Poohniverse is just being announced.
Jesus Christ! Speaking of sleazy, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, come on, guys. Have you watched the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, or whatever it's called? No interest in that. It's below your.
I mean, I'll watch trash. I was curious about it, but then everyone hated it and said it was really. Apparently, it was rushed. It was it went live and they filmed it in 5 days, and it was good. It was it feels like a cynical cash grab. I like stuff to be a little bit more artful, or I'll watch trash, but it's not. I'll seek it out,
Yeah. Wallowing around in the garbage dump.
No, not like my buddy Carmichael, who only watches bad movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been friends with that type of person. They just love, wallowing in the garbage dump. So they love it. Yeah. Well, should we all fuck off? It's 1:13. We've been babbling for a while. Any final thoughts, Harry? Just buy your book, yeah?
Yeah, vacuumdecay.com. Shadows Over Springfield is available for pre-order now. It'll be out in about 2 weeks. Sorry.
They're coming for you, Harry. You're under arrest.
It'll be out in about 2 weeks, and then Vacuum Decay 7 on to the next thing.
Can people still get Night Cruising from
Night Cruising is available on my site or Floating World, or other places like that. I don't know if there will be a second printing, but I'm almost out. So I got 20 copies left, so come grab them while you can.
Fuck yeah.
Well, you are a gentleman and a scholar, Mr.
Oh, thank you,
Nordlinger.
guys.
It's been lovely having you on the show. Everyone go out and get a copy of Shadows over Springfield and get your vacuum decays if you like horror. There's some great fucking stuff in there. You have a good curatorial eye, Harry.
Thank you guys so much. I love you, dudes. This was wonderful.
Harry.
Yeah, hope to see you soon in Flesh World.
Absolutely. See you at the next show.
Cheers.